Hey, I'm Elizabeth Muller, founder of Bloom Creative Company, a Squarespace design agency, and I'm just sitting here at my house and I just wanted to have a quick conversation with you. I mean, during this COVID piece, there's been so much uncertainty and so many fears and frustrations that have arose through all of this. And I have had so many phone calls since this thing began as a website designer, and there are 4 different types of business owners that I keep running into, and I'm having the same conversation with business owners from every different kind of vertical, every different kind of company, every kind of niche. I wanted to tell you 4 quick stories about 4 different types of business owners that have all been experiencing this and what we did to overcome those hurdles with them. The first type of business owner is suffering from paralysis. The second is lack of confidence. The third is hesitation. And the fourth is fear. So I just want to kind of reaffirm too that nothing is unknown. When you have your business, and whether you have to switch it all to online because your brick and mortar is closed right now, or you need to bump up your strategy with your online or start an e-commerce shop, nothing is unknown for you. All you're doing is just going up, and the trajectory is going to go up because you've already crossed that first line of being scared, or putting your resources into a business or starting a side gig that you made a full-time gig, and you left that comfort and cushion of a consistent paycheck. So nothing is unknown. You've already taken the hardest step. Now it's just about refinement, and it's about setting yourself up for more scaling and more growth and the things that you can do. All right, so this first business owner, and I am going to tell a story of a friend that I have. She is a mom of a 4-year-old and is tired of seeing all the terrible YouTube videos that are out there for our kids that are consuming. We can't sit there with our kid and watch every single video, and she wanted to take a stand and change that and put out more educational videos. She bought the camera, she bought the green screen. She is so prepared, but nothing's happened. So what I want to say to the entrepreneur that has all the tools in front of them, has defined what they wanted to do, you can't be afraid to put yourself out there. There has to be an attractive character of your business. So when we talk about being human in our virtual space, we have to be as human as possible. And that's, either producing videos on YouTube, like what I'm doing, what my friend was doing, or putting a video on your website that shows people you're a real human with a lot to offer and a lot to serve to grow that trust. You have to be that attractive character, and you cannot be afraid to put yourself out there, and you can't get stuck in not doing anything. So she wanted to make this big change. She knew she was capable and she was willing and she was able, but nothing was happening. So what we talked about is just outlining what needs to happen next. She just needs to record a video every single day. So when you're stuck in that point where you have all the tools and you have everything ready, you have to start taking action and making those small steps every day, getting more comfortable, chipping away at it. It is not easy to stand in front of a camera. It's not easy to put your picture out there, but it could make the world for someone and how you serve people. So this next person is someone who is not as confident in what they are offering. So this next client that I had all the resources and tools and leads and everything, but she was not confident in what she was producing and a little bit scared because this isn't her full-time gig yet. It's her side gig, and she wants it to be her full-time, but she's stuck in this place of being a little bit unconfident when it comes to pricing and valuing her time. So she's been lowballing a lot of her contracts because she wants to get more jobs and build a portfolio, but she's leaving a lot of what she does on the table. So when it comes to our businesses and our services and how we're helping people, we need to make sure that our value shines through and that we're pricing it accordingly, that we're not taking any steps back and limiting ourselves in what we can offer. We need to show that we're good for what we do and there's a lot of value in what we do and we're truly there to serve other people, and that will shine through in the quotes that they send. So when it came to her developing these contracts, she was so scared to send them, and then it left her in a little bit of paralysis. She didn't know what she wanted to put in the contracts or how to do her services. So what we did is we took a step back, and this is what I want everyone to kind of understand and focus on. And when you sit down and have a framework for what you're doing, whether that's outlining all of your services and the value and the dollar amount that you can put behind them. If you have everything out in front of you and you have a framework and you know what your value is and you know what you are good for and what you can produce, it will help you in your confidence when you're talking to other people, because you have different levels of offerings that you can give them, which would be called a value ladder, or when it comes to building your contracts, you're confident in all the pricing. And if people do kind of snap back and say, well, why is this price like this? If they are even questioning your contracts, then you can just, send them the outline of what everything costs. So you're backing up what you do and giving you more of that confidence when it comes to negotiating or talking to people or telling them, hey, this is what it is. So when it came to this client, she took a step back, developed those frameworks, and it really helped her propel forward when it came to talking to other clients. And now that it's all online, she's able to talk through this on her website with ease because she's no longer in person with people. She's over the phone, which gives that less human interaction, but she's able to communicate everything that she can do for a person with the proof in front of her as well. So this next business owner is another person that I spoke to who had a copywriting business, and she was tired. Well, let me back up. So the story with her, it's another mama, and I'm sorry if you're going to be saturated with mama stories, but she works over an hour away from where her child's daycare is, and her daughter actually had an accident at school where she fell off her bike and had major dental damage, and it took her over an hour and a half to get back to the preschool to get her kid to the doctor. And she took a stand that one day, and she said, I am not letting my job that I have to punch in and out of every day get in the way of being there to take care of my kid. I'm still going to work and provide, but I am not going to take an hour and a half when my daughter's sitting there in pain. So what she decided to do is work on her copywriting and business organization services for other businesses. And what I talk through with her is her overanalyzation. So she wanted everything to be perfect. She wanted everything to look perfect, but we talked through that it cannot be perfect. She was consuming so many podcasts every day, reading so many blogs, trying to sign up for all these courses. And I looked at her one day and I was like, what are you doing? You don't have the time or the capacity to be the expert on every single hat in your business. You need to focus on what you do, and that's organization and copywriting. And you just need to get a website up, and you need to start sending people there so you can build your portfolio, because you're not going to get clients if all you're doing is learning your craft or refining it or trying to make your website look the most perfect, because if no one's going to it, there's no point in having it there. You are consuming so much information and you are over researching and trying to make everything perfect. But all you need to realize is that having that start of information and getting it up there and getting it seen and viewed by people is what is most important. So the paralysis on the overeducation and trying to do too many things at once was keeping her from what she really wanted to do, and that was copywriting and helping other businesses get super organized, saving them time, which was the heart of what she wanted to do. It was service for other businesses, and she wasn't able to do that. So it's taking a step back, looking at what started that change, her daughter, and now during COVID, it presented an awesome opportunity for her to be at home with her daughter every day, and she's had a taste of it, and she is so happy to be at home, and now she is hitting the ground running, making sure that she does not have to go back to that commute and that job. She is at home doing what she needs to do and taking advantage of this time, which is another key point. It's so easy to be home Netflixing and doing all these vacation kind of things at home, but this is the perfect time to be working on our businesses and growing it and seeing what we can do next when it comes to our websites too. So this last business owner kind of reverts back to what we were talking about at the beginning, in the unknown and being scared or unknown of what's going to happen or not having that certainty anymore. So this last business type of owner is kind of in that paralysis as well, not making any moves because of the fear of the unknown. And the worst thing you could do is just not make a move. You can't be afraid of failure. You can't be afraid of making the wrong move, because what does failure produce? An opportunity to learn and to grow and all that good stuff. But when you do start to make a move, you want to make sure that you're testing. You want to make sure that you are doing things that are measurable. So if you are putting up a website and you test a page, make sure you're checking the analytics to see if people are even clicking on it, if people are clicking the buttons on it. You want to make sure that you have a roadmap in front of you. So if you're scared, if you're stuck, if you're in fear, if you don't know what to do next because there's just so many things going on in the world, sit down and clearly define something that could be measurable towards your success. So something that you can check the box and know that you're moving in the right direction, or something that you can put on your website that will help you track. We did a video on Google search keywords in the YouTube channel, if you go and look for it, and it talks about something that is super measurable in how the traffic finds you and how you're viewed, and you can make quick action changes by writing a blog to respond to something that someone is asking on Google, basically, or a mass of people that are asking the same question. So we want to make sure that we outline what we do that's measurable and trackable, so it keeps us on track and that we know we're moving towards what we need to be doing and towards that growth. So all that being said, those are the 4 different types of people that I have had multiple conversations with, 20, 30, 40 different times. And I felt like I just needed to get that message out to you guys, because there's a lot of value, and there was so many changes that these different people made, whether it was us working on their websites or a friend that called me for advice, and things have exponentially changed. There's progress in businesses and making moves, and it's super exciting, especially during this time. But I wanted to leave you with one thing, because as business owners, we start a business because we see a problem and we know how to fix it, right? So I started designing websites because I watched my dad start a t-shirt company out of my parents' master bedroom and grow his company. And the resources that I know now that I could have helped him as he started up could have been huge. Now, I wouldn't have been able to do that because I was a young kid and I was in the back catching t-shirts off the dryer. But now that I'm in this place, I've seen the hard work it takes to be an entrepreneur. I have the tools and resources, and I just want to share that with other small business owners and helping them grow from side gig to main gig to growing their current business and reaching more people. But all that being said, the common denominator for every entrepreneur should be service and purpose. If you are just starting a business to make quick cash, you're not going to do well. If you are just trying to make a quick buck or take advantage of people, you are not going to be a successful business owner, and you're not going to be fulfilled either. So when we look at our businesses, if we keep the focus on how we're serving people and how we can change people's lives or offer something that will make their lives better, that is where we're truly winning. And that's where you are going to see the dollar signs go up, because when we truly have a heart for other people and what we're doing, that is going to make all the difference in how we conduct our business, and other people will feel that too. So I just wanted to leave you with that. I hope you got a ton of value out of the different business owners and the different steps that we took to help them get out of their funks or their ruts and move forward during this time that we have that is so special to be working on our business. Like, what an opportunity, right? So thank you for hanging in there and hanging out with me today. I'm Elizabeth Muller, founder of Bloom Creative Company, a Squarespace design agency. We have a ton of content being produced for the YouTube when it comes to tutorials or anything like that. So check us out over there. If you have any questions or feedback or just anything, send us an email. The email's in the description below. Make a comment on the video. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you.